My name is Jude Dai, and this experience is called a Lantern Ensemble, and it's a virtual reality experience. The narrative is basically you will paint calligraphy on a water lantern, and at the end you would release the lantern onto a virtual lake, and then join other people's lantern art. So we have a team of three. All of us are more or less part-time on this one, and I am the team lead, producer, artist, and Andrew is the Unity developer, and we have Doug as the 3D artist.
And how far into development is it?
So the local event-ready version is ready, and we have we continue to gather user feedback as a continuous improvement. So this one would just bring it to different events. And for the App Store one, we are in prototyping phase. So we're planning to release on one of the App Store, like Oculus.
You mentioned Oculus. Are you also planning to release on the other VR platforms such as PS4, PSVR?
PS, I think PS probably makes sense. Really depends on how far we can take it in terms of the social aspect of the virtual reality. There are a lot of technical aspects that we are solving. How do we consume the APIs from the different platforms so that we can make it a social VR networked experience. And I can't, I'm not done with the technical feasibility study yet. Still looking into a lot of different tools. But yes, the aspiration is if we can reach to more people, the more people we can reach, the better.
When are you hoping to release the game?
I hope to release it spring next year, the Oculus version.
And what's one thing that you would want people to take away from seeing and playing your game?
So, one is this game is very much this experience, right? I wouldn't call it a game. It's an interactive experience in virtual reality. So the first layer is really about to be very relaxed in a very relaxed environment and start your creative process. The nature of water lantern has 4 different phases. It's a 3D lantern, so you have 4 canvases to start. It really helps with the creative process because in the first canvas you are essentially prototyping ideas in your head, and you're putting it on the canvas. But I would say the first layer is to help the artist to generate an idea in a very therapeutic environment so that they can have their creative idea free flow. And the second piece I would like people to experience is the emotion of letting it go, because at the end of the creation, you're actually releasing this lantern into the virtual lake. And the second you release it, the work you've done and the art you built actually went with the water, right? So it's a very powerful experience, emotion to experience. And the third piece I would like people to experience is the collective part of it, because each of the lantern is a persistent element, and then at the end of the event, you will be able to see your own lantern flow with other people's lantern. So it's a very powerful experience to participate into something that everybody co-create. Kind of lose sense. This is already a multiplayer, but it's not at the same time, right? It's a one after another. It's a collective experience. But yes, so be able to support multiplayer is our next step. People can, when it's a social VR experience, essentially people from around the world can drop their own lantern into the virtual lake anytime, anywhere.
We can sort of see here there's not just there at its core is the traditional sort of box style lantern, but there are opportunities here to do like sort of modular stuff or event stuff like the pumpkins for today. On the time of this recording, today is Halloween, and so people were able to paint pumpkins in this demo. And do you expect these to be like themes that are pre-packed with the experience, or do you think that you're going to be continually adding sort of maybe event painting along the way?
That's a very good question. So the pumpkin was an idea. It came to me literally a week ago because I was actually painting my physical pumpkin, and I was like, it would be nice to do it because it was so hard to paint the physical pumpkin, and I was like, can we prototype it on a virtual pumpkin? And we did this in a matter of a couple of days, but that does bake this idea in my head. It's actually our experience is architected very easily expandable. So I want to make sure that don't overdo it, so that it will dilute the originality of the water lantern, right? So there's a fine balance I am still feeling and learning. Long way to answer your question. Yes, I definitely see the reusability of a lot of what we're doing here. But the key thing is that it also needs to be strike a fine balance between uniqueness and the authenticity of the original experience itself.